Goodbye YouTube, how's it going everybody? Got for y'all today a Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle yet again, but before I get into talking about the team preview, I want to give a big thanks to everybody who came out to my stream earlier today. I believe I streamed from 12:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and I had over 500 people, which is just awesome. I did not think I would get over like 200, but that was more than double. And I think the most I had come to a stream before was like 300, which is already a lot, but 560 people, that's almost double of what I had before. And you guys are just awesome. Truly, thank you everybody for coming out to the stream. I do enjoy streaming. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream as well, and I do plan to stream a lot more in the future so you guys can hopefully battle me. But enough rambling. On to what you guys are here for today. It's going to be a battle against Anthony, aka the Flawless Win. I'll make sure to leave his channel link down in the description. Now, this was, I believe, from my second stream ever, which is why I still have Talonflame on my team. And I actually told myself I wouldn't be using Talonflame for a while, which is probably why you're not going to see it in the next couple battles or so. But yeah, I just really wanted to use Talonflame because I was like, oh, this is the biggest threat this generation. I'm going to abuse it and just destroy everybody. So that's why I have Talonflame. Then I also really wanted to use Life Orb Rapid Spin Starmie because I know Starmie is a very good spinner this generation. Then I have a standard SD Aegislash, Assault Vest Goodra, Stealth Rocking Mamoswine, and then Physically Defensive Rotom because Rotom is just so good this generation. I know it was good last generation, but it's definitely a lot better this generation. Now, looking at Anthony's team, he has the infamous Ferrocruel Core, I guess you would call it, Ferrothorn and Jellicent. From the looks of it, it looks like he might have Mega Gyarados, which could be a bit of a problem if I allow it to set up. And also, if he does turn out to have Mega Gengar and I lose my Talonflame, that thing is just going to sweep through my team. But he also has Pancham, I think that's called, which I have no idea what it does. And then Delphox, much like Pancham, I don't know what it actually, no, I don't think it's called a Pancham. I think that's the first evolution. I'm not really sure. Anyways, we'll see the name when it comes out. So he's going to be leading off with the Ferrothorn, as I'm going to be leading off with my Rotom. Right off the bat, I'm just going to go straight for the Will-O-Wisp because I need to start wearing down this Ferrothorn because I really have nothing for it. So thankfully for me, I'm able to hit the Will-O-Wisp as he then goes for the Power Whip, which the animation for Power Whip looks really awesome. Also, don't pay attention to the little tilter thing there. I was kind of messing around with the settings on my capture card. Anyways, I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch, and I'm going to go right into my Talonflame because I'm expecting him to just most likely go for another Power Whip or even just go for the Stealth Rocks. As he does go for the Stealth Rocks, to be honest, I'm not really worried about this just because I do have Starmie, which can beat Gengar one-on-one, which means I have to try to prevent it from Mega Evolving possibly, although he could also still have Mega Gyarados, which could be a problem, so I really gotta watch it for that. And speaking of Gyarados, predicting him to bring it in, I'm actually gonna go for the Brave Bird because why would you ever leave a Ferrothorn in on a Talonflame? You obviously do not want to take a Flare Blitz, which is 4 times super effective. So he does end up bringing in the Gyarados, and even after the Intimidate, that still did a solid like 60%, and it turns out that he has leftovers, which automatically tells me, alright, he does have Mega Gengar, so I have to find some way to prevent him from Mega Evolving, because if he doesn't, then he can easily switch that in on my Starmie on a Rapid Spin and then Revenge Kill me, and I'm not going to be able to get rid of these Stealth Rocks. So I bring in my Goodra. I did not see what he went for. I kind of looked away. That was a dumb play on my part, as he actually switches into the Ferrothorn, and I believe we actually both switched out. I brought in Goodra as he brought in Ferrothorn, and then this turn I'm going to go straight for the Fire Blast, hoping that he wouldn't be expecting this, but obviously he is going to be expecting this because Anthony does know what he's doing. He is a very good battler, and he does end up making the safe switch into the Tentacruel. I was very close to going for the Thunderbolt, but in the end I knew Fire Blast would definitely be my safest play. So I cast the incoming Tentacruel, then expecting him to go for a layer of Toxic Spikes or for a Toxic. I'm actually going to switch directly into my Starmie because for those of you who do not know, you cannot get Analytic Starmie, at least I'm really positive that you can't. So this Starmie is Natural Cure, which means it does not care about a Toxic. And actually, if you can get Analytic Starmie, then can somebody tell me, because I do really want to use that. Either way, this turn I'm going to switch out into my Rotom, just expecting him to want to go for the Protect or switch directly into the Ferrothorn, and I really do not want my Starmie to take any unnecessary damage, as he does end up going for the Protect. I believe he goes for the Protect once more. No, he actually goes for the Scald. Okay, I'm not too sure why he stayed in. I guess he knew he could take a hit and he just wanted to try to wear down my Rotom, and actually he does end up getting the burn, which is a bit unfortunate, but I'm going to get off a huge hit on this Tentacruel, which is really nice because now I can safely bring back in my Starmie because I'm not toxic. I will put him in a position where he can either fodder off the Tentacruel or have something else on his team get knocked out by one of my dual stabs coming from Starmie, because I am Life Orb. So Starmie does pack a huge hit. So he's going to go for the Protect, just scouting out to see what I possibly might want to lock myself into. As it turns out to be Psychic, I'm expecting him to not bring in the Pancham, so what I'm going to do is actually just go straight for the Psychic again, as he does end up bringing in the Ferrothorn. And thanks to the fact that I'm actually Life Orbed and the fact that he does not have leftovers and that he is burned, I'm actually going to bring him down to the point where I know another Psychic will easily be able to knock him out. Even if I got like absolute minimum damage, it would still be an easy one-shot at the amount of HP that it was at. So getting rid of Ferrothorn is really nice, because now if I do spin away the rocks, I will no longer have to worry about them. So he's going to end up bringing in the Delphox, and the way he brought in Delphox had me thinking that maybe he's Scarfed, and that he most likely is just going to want to go for like the Grass Knot or Hidden Power Grass if he got lucky enough to get Hidden Power Grass on Delphox. So I'm going to switch directly into my Goodra, expecting him just to go for one of those two moves, the Grass Knot or the Hidden Power, as I'm able to easily take the Grass Knot. It turns out the Grass Knot actually makes physical contact, which I always found to be a bit odd, but then I guess Stone Edge doesn't do physical contact, but it is a physical move. Anyways, I digress. So I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt, expecting him to want to switch into the Tentacruel. As he does bring it in, that's going to be an easy 2 KO. Unfortunately, I do get the 10% paralysis, which in the long run of the battle, the worst thing he could have done to me was gone for the Toxic, and then I still would have knocked him out this same turn. So I don't really think that was entirely game-changing, as he brings in Pangoro. That's what it's called. I'm pretty sure like 5 of you have already left a comment saying, oh, it's Pangoro, not Pancham. But yeah, Pangoro, I have no idea what this wants to do. So I'm going to switch directly into my Rotom, basically as Death Fodder, because at this point I know I don't really need it, and I'm not going to be able to get a free rest on anything on his team. So I end up making a bit of a dumb play, and I bring in my Talonflame. What I should have done was brought in my Starmie to then Rapid Spin and then bring in my Talonflame, as he probably knocked me out with the Crunch. But yeah, that was just really dumb on my part, and I lose 50% of my HP, and I'm going to go straight for the Brave Bird. As he brings in the Delphox, it lives, which I was really not expecting. I guess Talonflame isn't as strong as I thought it would be. Then again, I don't have Stealth Rocks up, and if I did have Rocks up, I definitely would have been able to knock him out. So yeah, that's kind of my fault. Anyways, I'm going to go for the Roost, thinking that I should be able to take any hit that he wants to go for and easily just like be brought up to like 50%. No, that Side Shock does way too much damage, although I probably could have just stayed in and constantly kept going for the Roost. Eventually though, he probably would have critted me, so just going for the offensive play in the end is just honestly my better play to do. So I'm able to easily knock out the Delphox. As this turn, he's going to end up bringing in the Gyarados, I believe. Sorry for all this little after turn effect stuff. I probably should have sped this up a little bit more, but yeah, he does end up bringing in the Gyarados, and obviously he's going to get the Intimidate drop on me, and I'm going to predict him to predict me to switch out and go for the Dragon Dance. So what I'm going to do is actually go for the Brave Bird. Now, I'm at -1, and unfortunately I get a crit, but he did tell me that he was going to go for the Dragon Dance, which means next turn, I could have easily gone for another Brave Bird and possibly knocked him out, because you saw how much damage Brave Bird did earlier in the battle, which means I most likely, as I said, easily would have been able to knock him out with my second Brave Bird. Unfortunately though, I did get a crit, and it did matter in the sense that I was able to one-hit KO the Gyarados, but in the long run of the battle, I don't think it was entirely game-changing, much like the paralysis on the Tentacruel and him not being able to Toxic my Goodra. Anyways, he brings in the Pangoro, I go straight for the Brave Bird, he lives, but now I know I can just safely bring in Starmie, go for the Thunderbolt, don't have to risk missing Hydro Pump, and Pangoro is part Dark, so if I went for the Psychic, that would be really stupid of me. So in the end, I knew Thunderbolt was my safest play, and at this point, his last Pokemon is going to be the Gengar, which even though, yes, he's going to Mega Evolve, for those of you who do not know, the turn you Mega Evolve, your speed stays the same, so he still has the 350 base speed of Gengar, where my Starmie is 361, so I'm able to outspeed him by 11 points and knock him out with the Psychic, and that's going to be the victory in my favor. So yeah, it was definitely a fun game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to see more content. As I said, I will be streaming a lot more in the future. Hopefully a lot more of you can come. And with that, guys, enjoy the rest of your night or day whenever you're watching this, and I do believe I'm out of here. Later, everybody.